Welcome to another episode of Out of Spec Dave, where I just finished changing off my 20-inch forged wheels with the Pirelli P0 summer tires to a brand new set of Nokian R5 EV tires, winters, the Hakka Politas, with a combination of the Martian MW08 flow-formed wheels. And boy, I gotta tell you, it's looking good. And I just did a test drive and it drives great. So, but here's the thing. I want to caution you, really seriously, do not drive your Model 3 Performance, or for that matter, any car in the wintertime on summer tires. And I'm going to get into this rationale as to why to do it. But seriously, it can save your life. All seasons, all weathers, they're fine. You can run them year round. But summer tires in the wintertime, man, they freeze up like hockey pucks. And you really don't want to be running them. So I know we're not getting the kind of huge winters we used to get, but I want to thank Nokian and also Martian Wheels for supplying me with the wheels and tires so I can run them all winter long and tell you how I'm doing with them. But I'll tell you what, do not run summers in the winter if you're in the cold climates. So anyway, let's get into this video and go through the process of switching out my summers to the winters. All right, so here I am checking in at Stanford Service Center, and the guys are being great here. They had a little issue with their laptops getting them fired up, but they called Terry over and Terry took care of it. Terry is the GOAT, apparently. So anyway, again, beautiful facility here, and you know, the cars are pouring in here. It's about 8 a.m. and we're gonna get the seat fixed, either steamed and they can flatten it out, or they may have to replace it. Either way, I'm okay with it, but definitely the hard creasing is gonna go away. And then we're gonna be putting on the winter tires, the Nokians, and also the Martian wheels. All right, so I dropped off the car. The estimate's around 50 bucks a tire. It's probably a little pricey, but they do have to mount the wheels, or the tires onto the wheels, and obviously high-speed balance them. In addition, they understood that they need to put the weights on the inside of the wheels, which they said they normally do that anyway, so no issues there. So anyway, good guys in here. They'll be giving me a call when the tires are ready, and I think they weren't sure if they had the seat part in yet. It's possible they still don't, which will be a little bit of a strange thing, but that's okay. If they don't, they may have a way to steam that wrinkle out, which is fine with me. I'm okay with the bottom seat, but you know, either way, they're gonna fix it. If they can't steam it out, then what they'll do is they'll get the order in. They were supposed to have it in on the 16th, the bottom seat cushion. It may be there. It didn't say it was in his system, so that's a little concerning, but whatever. This is not a big deal at all. So anyway, now I'm just waiting for the Uber to come so I can get to work, and then they'll communicate with me either via phone or text. And then I can't wait to see what this car is going to look like with these Martian wheels. And I wonder if they're going to look small. I don't know. We'll see. And then more importantly, I'm really curious to see how they're going to ride, because obviously a lot more sidewall. And even though I've got the EV R5 Nokian Snows, you know, with a little bit firmer sidewall, these are definitely softer compound tires, so I'm hoping it's going to be an even smoother ride than it already is. So we'll see. And then I'm going to be potentially taking this on a road trip up to Boston later this week. So we'll see how that handles. I may take the train, I may drive, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it's gonna feel. I mean, with the 20-inch wheels and tires, the car is crisp. I mean, it handles great. It's you know, it's not super firm, but you can tell that it's the performance variant. So curious to see how it's going to be with these new 18-inch wheels and tires. It's amazing how much openness there is on these wheels here. Whereas like on the 20-inch forged wheels, you have those aero covers, the ones that squeak. and so what's going to be interesting to see is the efficiency of these wheels. Now, there's two things I was mentioning earlier. You have less aero with these wheels. even though they're smaller wheels, you would think you would get better range, but with less aero and with a more malleable, lower viscosity rubber inherently built into these Nokian winter tires, I think they're probably going to end up being about the same efficiency as the 20-inch forged wheels with Summers. That's just my guess. But you know, more importantly than anything, in the wintertime, like we mentioned, you really have to run, whether you run winter tires or all weather or all season. But I highly recommend, just from a pure safety standpoint, do not run summer tires in the winter under temperatures, let's just say under 35 degrees. You're going to greatly increase your stopping distances, and I think it's going to be something that you're not going to want to do. And just I just, as one friend to another, I caution you to run summer tires in the winter. So look at how beautiful this looks here. Look at this facility is amazing, and it's just great. All right, so here we are over at Stamford Service Center, and of course here is my brand new 2024 Model 3 Performance. This one is shown in Quicksilver with the white interior. Beautiful car, and you'll notice that I've already got the snow tires and the Martian wheels. These are 8.5 inch wide, 18-inch wheels. And what I want to do is I want to show you kind of the difference in the tread pattern. Now, there's two reasons why I'm going to highly recommend that you switch, especially if you have summer tires. It's better to have sort of bifurcate your summer tires with winter tires. Now, on the left here is this is the Tesla 20-inch wheel, and it's got this is a forged wheel. It's got the aero covers on there. It's actually a good-looking wheel, and I don't mind. I typically don't like black wheels, but there's something about just the way that this car is all blacked out, doesn't have much silver trim on it, that I really don't dislike these wheels. I think they're great. But the tires themselves, these are Pirelli P0. Now this happens to be the front tire, which is a 235, and it's got, now this car comes with a staggered set. For the winter set, what I'm doing is I'm running a square stance, and I'm just doing 235, 45, 18 all around. These are 235, 35, 20s. And so the sidewall on the summer tires are 35. But look at the tread pattern. Look at the difference here in the summer tread pattern. The way that it can get out the, you know, a lot of water in the rain or what have you. But I mean, you've got a lot of surface area contacting the road, and you don't have a lot of sort of pattern in between here. Whereas when you go over here to this is the Nokian Hakka Polita tire, you can see the tread pattern is very different. It kind of comes in sort of as a curve, and even the little treads in here are all much more intricate. So a more aggressive tread pattern for a winter tire. Now this is a dedicated winter tire. This is the R5 EV tire, which means that it has inside of the tire, it's got a foam sort of lining in there to reduce the resonance noise, that pinging noise. These cars are so quiet at speed that you know what they do is they just stick some foam inside the tire, glue it to the inside of the tire, basically from here all the way over to there, around the whole tire. So that's number one. Number two, the other thing is the sidewall is a little bit firmer than just in the regular R5. So there is a difference between the R5 EV and the R5. Now what we typically like to do is we like to run winter tires that are specifically for the EVs, about 3 PSI above what the car recommends. And you can see here that the tires, where is it, up here, they're recommending 42 PSI in the front and the rear. So what I'm doing is I'm running 45 cold on these tires. And now the second thing that's really important to understand is the compound of these tires. So the rubber that is used when they're making, Pirelli is making these summer tires, or any manufacturer, it's designed to be soft at heat, in the heat, but when it gets cold out, it'll firm up like a hockey puck, like I said earlier. And so the traction that you get in combination with this tread pattern that's really not so aggressive for the snow is just not conducive to winter weather, whether it's snow or ice or what have you. Whereas this is a much softer compound when it gets cold out. Believe it or not, I've read a lot about this, and I've talked to a lot of people, including Drew Peterson, the CEO of Martian Wheels, and also all the guys over at Nokian. You know, it's so important to have the lower viscosity of these tires so that they're malleable when it's cold out. And believe it or not, under 40 degrees is what they all say. So, you know, you got to really, you know, do your homework. Maybe you don't want to run summers and winters like this, and maybe you want to just have sort of one set. There is a difference between all season tires and all weather tires. All weather is kind of a new category that's cropped up, which is closer to a winter tire than it is to a summer tire, but it's still something that you can run year round. So one of the other things that Tesla did repair on my Model 3 Performance here was the driver's seat. There was a crinkle in the pleather, whatever you call it, leather, but it's not real leather. The material, there was basically a bad crease, and they didn't even hesitate. As a matter of fact, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Dave, that crease is nothing." But, you know, I just spent a lot of money for this car, and the guys up at Mohegan Sun, they looked at it and said, "Listen, we're going to replace that seat." They didn't even question it. They said, "Here's what you do. You say hard creasing in front driver's seat, and they'll just replace it out of warranty." So they did that, and that was great. And as you can see, it's minty mint now. So I'm happy I did that. For all of you who criticize me saying, "Oh, you're wasting materials or you're doing whatever," look, hopefully what Tesla's going to do is that they're going to take the seat that was in my car. For the most part, it was fine. They'll just maybe uncrinkle it. I don't know what their protocol is, but I'm not looking to waste materials. What I was looking for was a non-crinkled seat, and now I have it, so I'm happy. So let's take a look at the difference in tire height, just from a visual standpoint. One would think, oh, it's a 20-inch wheel. I've got them lined up right down there, but it's a 20-inch wheel versus an 18-inch wheel, but I got a thicker sidewall with the winters than I do with the summers. So let me show you the difference. I mean, it's not really all that drastic. So check this out. All right, let me go down here to, so I've got these lined up here, and you can kind of see right next to each other. Let me see if I can wheel these right and then go flat. I mean, yeah, they're definitely, wait, where is it? There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's about, I would say maybe an inch taller, the 20s with the thinner sidewalls. So it's not 2 inches because you got the difference in the side, which makes logical sense. Actually, the car looks pretty good like that. Maybe I should try driving it home like that. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, man. The wheel's got a mind of its own.